So this video kind of shows what I used to do for my warm-ups before weightlifting workouts. I had a request just to show kind of what I did to warm up before workouts. So this footage is all from a few months ago, and this is pretty much what I did before any workout that would start with a snatch. So my warm-up has kind of changed since I've taken this video. I actually forgot that I had all this footage as I was deleting stuff from my iPad. I kind of came across it and I figured that even though it is a bit outdated, I should still maybe put it together and upload it. So in that first little bit, I was using the medicine ball, similar to how you would foam roll, but I just find the medicine ball, you can kind of dig a little deeper and get into those spots where it's hard to put a lot of pressure on with just your body weight, like the hamstrings and the hip flexors. There's a video that Matt Ogus has on his YouTube channel where I kind of stole that idea from, so I'll put a link in the description for that. And then just a second ago I was doing the shoulder dislocations with the PVC pipe. I mean, that's pretty standard in any weightlifting workout warm-up that you'll see. So I kind of just start out wide with my grip, and then as I dislocate back and forth, just slowly bring my grip in to get more of a stretch. And I never try to go too far with that. Like, it should never be painful, and then kind of once I get to that point where it won't go over my head too easily, then I'll kind of just stretch out my lats and my sides a bit overhead with the PVC pipe. With the glute ham developer there, just doing some back extensions to activate the muscle fibers in my glutes and my back. I'm not sure if that really helps too much or not, but I really found that just kind of warming up those muscles and getting the squeeze in my glutes would help me throughout the workout to make sure that my glutes would fire pretty well. At the time of this video, I was having a bit of tightness in my hip flexors, so I would always stretch that out a bit and just kind of stretch out anything that was tight at the time. So just doing that good morning stretch there. My hamstrings or something must have been feeling tight at the time. And then, yeah, I think I was doing some leg swings before there too. That's just something that I found on a dynamic warm-up handbook or something. It really was good for loosening up, but I've kind of eliminated that in my warm-ups since. And then, yeah, if I'm starting with a snatch, then I'll just grab the bar, just kind of loosen up a bit like that. I never like to start off with anything too explosive, really more so just getting the movements in, the movement pattern, and using the arms effectively was really a focus for me at the time. So, I mean, if you're making any technique changes, then you really have to start ingraining them early on in the workout. So, I mean, with the bar work there, I was just trying to make sure that my elbows stayed out and turning over with my arms well. I think they call this the Russian babymaker. I don't know. Just kind of stretching out the groin a bit and the ankles as well. Really trying to get the knees on the outside of my feet rather than in front. But that just depends on kind of your bottom position, where you like to point your feet and how you're proportioned. With this one, I just kind of sit as far back down as I can, then push my knees out and try to make sure that my feet stay planted on the ground too. And as I loosen up, I slowly widen my stance so that I can drop my hips a little lower. So just some more bar work here, really just trying to loosen up the shoulders, and now just trying to activate some of the lockout mechanics. I never really had too much of a problem with the overhead position or my bottom position really, but this is just to grease the groove per se and make sure that I'm getting the right movement patterns ingrained before I start using weight. Yeah, just overhead squat just to make sure I'm getting used to the bottom position, comfortable, and getting my body used to kind of the foot width stance that I want to have on my receiving position. But I mean, once you put weight on the bar, a lot of it is just your body just moves on its own, so not a whole lot you can do to decide where your feet are going to land. So here, just trying to, this is where I kind of begin more with the fast movements. So you can see here, just start off with a shrug, and then really using my arms to pull under into that receiving position. I try to finish vertical as much as possible. So you can see I just kind of start off with some pulls just to get the basic movement of my hips down. A lot of the time I find it hard to warm up with the bar just because any movement, any momentum that you put on the bar, it'll just swing really easily. And you really have to control your body and the bar to be able to mimic the same motion that you do with a weighted snatch. But I try not to jump too high or anything like that. Mainly just trying to get the same bar path as I would in a snatch, and then follow through with my arms more so than anything to get under the bar there. So that's pretty much it, and then I'll start adding weight. Maybe start with 50 kilos, do a few muscle snatches, and then just depending on what the program has, what it has for percentages, then go from there. But that's a pretty typical warm-up for me, and I think it could work out for anyone doing a Olympic weightlifting workout. But a lot of those, the static stretches that you saw me doing there, like with the hips and like the pigeon pose stretch and stuff, that's more so just based on anything that was tight at the time. So on a day where I'm feeling pretty good, I would not really have to do too much static stretching. And in terms of how long I would hold those stretches for, it really just depends on how I feel. Pretty much the entire warm-up just goes by feel. So there's nothing really too set in stone, and this is mostly just based off of things that I've seen on the internet, other people doing, or if I'm looking up for like a specific tightness or somewhere that I have, then I would just try to look up what stretches or ways to loosen that up, and I would just kind of incorporate that into my warm-ups. And the thing about the warm-ups is that you're not only warming up for the workout of that day, but a lot of these things that you're doing carries over every workout. So eventually, the more and more you get used to loosening up like this, then you'll start off more and more loose walking into the gym, and it'll take less time every time you work out to get to the point where you need to be to hit all the correct positions. So a lot of what I did there has been changed nowadays. The way I warm up is a lot quicker than that, and uses a lot of different type of dynamic or mobility exercises. So when I have a chance, I'm out of town right now, so when I get back home in a few weeks, I might be able to record some stuff and put an updated version of that.